Hello, gentlemen. So, good evening. So, we shall be continuing with the current affairs discussion. So, this is 16th December. Yes, there are certain important things which we should be very much aware of. Okay, so India signs a contract on polymetallic sulfides. Okay, polymetallic sulfides with International Seabed Authority in Carlsberg Ridge. Now, what do you mean by this International Seabed Authority? So, before rushing into this, let us look at some of the basics. Say this is land. Okay, so this is the ocean part. All right. So here there is a small extension. Here there is a small extension. Okay, there's a transition zone. These are called continental shelf. All right. Now, now, sir, it generally continental shelves. They are under the they are live within less than 12 nautical miles. But what about those mineral resources which are far beyond in the international waters? Okay, so after this 12 nautical miles, we have another zone called exclusive economic zone. All right, they have an extension up to 200 nautical miles, and these are the minerals here are also under the complete monopoly of that particular adjoining country. But the beyond 200 nautical miles is what is the international waters. So if India has to explore any minerals, we need to take the permission from International Seabed Authority. So what is International Seabed Authority? When was it formed? It was formed in the year 1982. Sir, is India member? Yes. All right. And parties of, and it was formed under an important agreement called United Nations Convention on Law of Seas. Okay. Important. Sir, its headquarters, अगर आप ग्रुप सी ग्रुप डी एग्जाम को दे रहे हो तो किंगस्टन जमाइका. All right. So you can remember Brain Lara. Now, sir, what you mean by this polymetallic nodules? See here, the government is contemplating what is called blue economy. Matlab an economy which thrives upon exploiting or exploring, ocean as a main resource base. So polymetallic nodules, sir, polymetallic nodules. So as the name itself indicates, okay, it is made up of cobalt, it is made up of manganese. See, these are small nodules, small nodules. All right, and these are located at the deep sea and deep sea, and these are these help in complementing our economic development, and because these go unused for thousands of years. At the same time, the shore will also be not be having sufficiency in terms of these minerals. So, and these small lumps, in these lumps you have several other type of several minerals. For example, sulfur हो सकता है, cobalt हो सकता है, manganese हो सकता है, which are generally found in scarcity on the mainland. That is why we need to explore this. Now, India has been granted permission to explore this in the Indian Ocean region in a ridge called Carlsberg Ridge. All right, sir, where is Carlsberg Ridge? Here. All right, ridge matlab a small open. Okay, here lavas have was oozed out, and it has formed like a small mountain here. All right. Again, important. Sir, earlier we had also got permission. Okay, we had also got permission to explore what is called again important for the preliminary examination. All right. Now, sir, what are some of the challenges? Problem is that they have given the permission. It seems that we have not we have already given. India does not have the sufficient technology. For example, deep sea mining technology, which are environmentally safe. All right, because we are disturbing the ocean base, right? Okay, ocean floor is very volatile. All right, and deep sea ecosystems is not properly understood. Hence, it can also create an problem of environment. And again, as such, there are no there are no codes regarding what is called the mining code. मतलब अगर कुछ accident है, accident हो गया, who should bear the cost? All right. And for that matter, what is the economic viability? Because still the research, the investments are very less. Private investment in this particular segment is very less. Okay, vis-a-vis countries such as China. All right. So whether India will be able to do it successfully, that that time, technology, all right, government's enthusiasm, okay, private sector's Josh, we have to see. All right. Now, so just a recap. These are rich source of metals such as copper, zinc, gold. All right, and these deposits occur in the region where hot mineral-rich fluids from the Earth's mantle. All right, so the ridges are the place where the Earth's mantle keeps on, expanding because of the expanding lava. All right, next comes Next comes a important but super important, a repetitive theme called AI for Vikshit Bharat. So currently India is having a GDP of approximately 3 to 4 trillion dollars. Now we want to increase it up to $8.3 trillion. All right, and plug all the economic loopholes, economic gaps. All right, if you want to accelerate our economic growth, because uh, for any countries, for especially for India's, rise to superpower, this is the high, no, this is the peak time because we have a rich demographic. All right, we need to have sufficient jobs. We need to have sufficient skills. Now, if India has to come out of the zone of poverty, India has to, become a manufacturing hub. It seems that AI plays a vital role, is what Niti Aayog report is saying. Yes, definitely, you can use this in the mains examination. Okay, yes, direct question also can come, and if not, the content here can be often, sprayed in different answers. For example, see what are the ways that opportunities that India can unlock. For example, our research can is expected to grow. For example, in AI based drug discovery, all right, software assisted vehicles, okay, driverless vehicles. Okay, AI can be used to look at the various combination of the chemicals to develop particular drugs for a particular type of disease. Okay, to speed up. All right, then sir, what would be the benefit out of this? Sir, benefit would be India will become like a data capital of the world because AI thrives on data. All right. So towards this, what should be the government do? They create a marketplace for data as well. All right. Again, data matlab non-personalized data. Personal data nahi. Non-personal data matlab your age, all right, your education, all right, personal data matlab your Aadhaar, your biometric, etc. So, if you have a large non-personalized database, okay, it can be used to look at the consumer behavior. You look at, accordingly, understand the, credit supply, plan in economic development. All right, yes. Then it can, India has to focus upon adopting an efficient skilling ecosystem by developing skilled professionals. And for that matter, see what are the key strategic enablers for realizing full AI potential. Critical AI infrastructure such as cloud platforms and graphical processing units and data sets, or India has to come out with a governance model. Okay, because AI can be ruthlessly corrosive if not properly controlled. All right, and for that matter, the private sector has to take up the leadership in reskilling the workforce. All right, and investing in more and more technology. And for that matter, drive. What is the role of academia and how can AI be capitalized to promote equity in almost all the other sectors? Okay, important, important, important. But yes, this is a repetitive theme. You can definitely vouch for using this in GS paper 1, paper 2, essay special. All right, then comes again a repetitive theme, a first national conference on parliamentary. Okay, parliamentary and legislative committees on women empowerment held. So what is empowerment? Providing education, providing healthcare access, providing reservation. All right, so that women are able to overcome the discrimination and be participative in the national development. So uh, In this context, okay, it was held in Tirupati. So what is the importance of Tirupati, Tirumala? Okay, you will understand very soon. All right. Now, so it has affirmed that women, it should not be, okay, gender-based development, rather gender-led development. Okay. Earlier we were asking women. That is what Modi ji said in when the Nari Shakti Abhiyan. All right. Now it should be women-led development. Okay, so accordingly, Nari Shakti Abhiyan bill, which got presidential consent, okay, and with the enactment of a new census, okay, with the new census, we'll be, enacting this particular. All right, then yes, it provides for reservation up to. Because currently the reservation is the women representation is hardly around 15%. All right. So the government contemplates that with this one, we can go up to 33%. Matlab up to 33%, matlab not less than 33%. Again, you should look at the small wordings. All right. Okay. So Nari Shakti Vandan Abhinayam, matlab it simply in Sanskrit it translates to the act to worship woman power. All right. Yes. Now, again, sir, is there subcategorization within this 33%? Okay. What about SC, ST, OBC, etc.? You need to again, do some research. Very important. Okay, we'll cover those things in the, in our offline sessions, or during our, current, intensive current affairs discussions. Okay, when we are doing the revision part. Then, sir, are there any reservation provided in other, constitutional amendments? Yes. Okay, for 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment 1992 provides for urban local bodies as well as the panchayats. Then Mission Shakti, one-stop centers. All right, one-stop centers where Mission Shakti, matlab all segments of women empowerment. Police station ले लो, या legal aid ले लो, या CCTV camera ले लो, या traveling में आपका every public transport should have GPS empowered, GPS connected. All right. Then towards educational empowerment, what are the schemes that are done by the government? Yes, these are extremely important for the mains examination. Now, some of the facts, okay, where women can be active agents, all right, and not merely as recipients of welfare schemes. Okay, India has made some of the progress in this. Yes, these are very important repetitive themes. See, in terms of STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medicine. All right, nearly 43% are women, and India has, believe me, India has highest number of women legislators. Maybe not at the MP or MLA level, but at the local level, at the local governance. And for that matter, under Pradhana Mantri Mudra Yojana and Stand Up India, see 69 and 84% are women beneficiaries. Shows that women are becoming more and more enterprising. All right. Okay. But however, there are certain problems as well. Matlab, currently, only 14% of women, and this one, the current Lok Sabha is also one of the lowest in terms of women representation. Despite women contesting election on a large number, they are unable to compete with the rest of the mainstream political parties. All right, and despite high STEM graduates, women account only 27% of the STEM workforce. Matlab, nearly 43% of women are clear, coming out of these graduation segments, but they are not able to find sufficient jobs, nor patriarchal norms is restricting them to work restricted only to their homes. All right. So, important. And yes, there exists a strong digital divide. Digital divide, matlab inequality in access to, inequity in access to, digital resources. I mean, being access to mobile phones, internet, or having proper digital literacy. All right, and this is not just restricted. No, that is not there is no only not only between male and female or men and women, but also between regions, between communities. Okay, there exists digital divide. So in this, see here, only according to National Family Health Survey, the recent survey, yes, you should quote this. Alright, 33% women in India have used internet, while it is on an average, it is 57% for women. Then, okay, now let us look at uh, geothermal energy. What is geothermal energy? Say, अगर अर्थ का लिथोस्फीयर के नीचे अगर मॉल्टेन लावा है तो पानी भी गर्म हो सकता है. All right. So that water is oozing out. That water is oozing out, and that oozing is what we call it as hot springs. They are actually boiling water. They're boiling water. They can be used for various purpose. One first purpose is for directly electricity. Another is we can use it for cooling. We can use it for agriculture or for heating. All right, so many applications are there, but the problem is the technology is not very affordable. Mean to say, technology is currently at a very expensive, expensive standard. All right, now, sir, what are some of the potential? Yes, okay. In this context, you need to focus upon uh, certain, for example, for example, you can look at here, you can look at here. Okay, yes, for a mains examination, this map, the map which is given here is very important. And for the preliminary examination, all right, see Puga Valley may under already operation has started. All right, for exploitation of these hot springs. These are also very good tourism sites also. Okay, world's largest hot springs are located in USA though. Okay, then Parbati Valley, yes, important for the preliminary examination. Sir, then if you look at in Peninsular also there are Godavari Basin, okay, Mahanadi Basin, okay, where it is promising. Okay, then so what, sir? Because we are looking for more environment-friendly technologies and affordable technologies towards transitioning to meet toward transitioning ourselves towards a more energy secure country. Accordingly, the government has allowed for nearly 100% FDI proposal, and okay, and also provide for green bonds money which can be raised for for undertaking green projects. All right. And it has provided tax consumption, GST exemption, tax holidays. All right. Then, okay. So, there are certain miscellaneous points. You can just go through this. Okay. So, yes, India has nearly 381 hot springs. Okay. And 10 provinces with the potential. So, I have a rough idea of this map. Important, important, important. All right. Yes. Okay, now comes the most important part, which can be repetitively asked because these are pure facts. All right, so we have something called UNESCO, and this UNESCO provides for World Heritage sites, and World Heritage sites need not be only man-made sites but also can be natural. All right, natural sites, and it can be cultural events as well. For example, yoga, etc. Yoga, Kumbh Mela, etc. All right, now before any country is granted, any location is granted as a heritage site, it has to be first proposed by the country. All right, then UNESCO will send its officers, they will come and look into the site, and they will put in a tentative list depending upon the maintenance, depending upon the importance. So currently, 69 sites are in tentative list. Yes, you can definitely write this in India's tourism. All right, India's rich heritage, what India offers to the globe. All right. Now, the first and the foremost thing is look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Uh, Erramatti or Erramatti in Telugu, it is red mud dunes. And these dunes, it seems that, okay, these are sand dunes, okay, this up elevation, these are sand dunes. It seems that, okay, these are extremely good in, uh, you know, uh, uh, showcasing Earth's heritage. Mean to say, scientists say that, okay, scientists say that, look at this, these are extremely old, okay, up to 50 to 20,000 years ago. And for that matter, they have records of ancient climate, monsoon patterns, and sea level rise. And in all across the world, only three places are there. Three places are there: Visakhapatnam, Tamil Nadu, and Sri Lanka. All right, and Geological Survey of India has granted this as geoheritage sites. Important, important, important. Okay, has geo heritage sites, matlab, like we have United Nations gives World Heritage Sites. These are something related which talk about the something very specific about the Earth. All right, its evolution. Okay, and scientists are archaeologists were able to unearth stone tools, potteries from the from the ancient men. Okay, so that is why UNESCO is trying to consider okay this as an important site. And next one is, next one is the Meghalayan caves. All right, and these Meghalayan caves, they're also called no Maula caves, Maula caves. All right, Maula caves, and yes, these are also having a very ancient origin, and it seems that with various climate change that has the uh, uh, the the extinctions that the Earth saw. Okay, these are properly can be traced. Okay, this the climate change, the extinctions, all this can be traced during the rocks present in these regions, and these are called stalagmites. What you see, stalagmites and stalactites. See here, these small extinctions. These are called stalagmites. All right, important for the preliminary examination. Okay, and when you talk about Northeast, आप उधर भी Northeast का rich heritage site. And in last video also, we have discussed some important things regarding Northeast. Okay, and remember UPSC के लिए Northeast favorite है. All right, yes. Now, you can look at the Sheshachalam. All right, Sheshachalam Biosphere Reserve, Sheshachalam Biosphere Reserve, just below the Nilgiris Biosphere Reserve. Okay, here you have the Satyamagalam forest, where the famous dacoit, all right, or the bandit called Veerappan was also there. And you have this Tirumala Hills. Okay, and it's a natural heritage site because of its because of its beauty, etc. And then look at this. This is called the Deccan Trap. All right, Deccan Trap. It is in Maharashtra. Deccan Trap, matlab volcanic eruption. The volcanoes have the because of the very low silica content. They have spread in the form of sheets. All right. Again, they also talk something which related to the evolution of the earth. That is why it has to be given as, okay, it has to be given as heritage site is what is India's contention. Then another small island called St. Mary's Island, located in Karnataka. Okay, very small island. Okay, it's a very good tourist place because of its beauty, and not just because of its beauty, but also it reveals something about the evolution of the earth. All right. Okay, so these are some of the important things that you should be aware. Then the last uh, uh, part that we can discuss in this particular video is here section 3D. Yes, sir, should I by heart this? Important of Indian Patent Act enacted in 1970 in accordance with the WTO. All right, WTO ka मतलब WTO was formed in 1990, but at that time there were Doha round of talks. All right, Doha round of talks where countries have to recognize the patents of different products of different countries. मतलब अगर मान लो एक American product which has been patented by America, it is entering into India. Okay, the Indian government has to respect that particular patent. It should not, it should not allow that patent to be tampered with. Okay, or encourage Indians to do a duplicate product. But it seems that right. So it seems that Indian Patent Act recognized, but in that there was one provision called, Section 3D. What was this? It seems, see, once patent is given, is generally for 12 to 15 years. 12 to 15 years, the company will have monopoly. All right, company will have monopoly. If they want to manufacture, if someone else wants to manufacture the product, they have to get the permission from this particular company, pay them certain money, and that money is called royalty. All right, royalty. Now, in fact, today many companies do this. Many companies, in fact, Nokia is still a profit-making company because they own thousands and thousands of patents. So other companies are simply paying them the royalty. All right. Now the issue comes: these patents, once they expire after 12 to 15 years, companies they do small modifications in that product, and again apply for patent because patenting it is excluding the competitors from doing similar type of product. So the cost of production will increase. All right, the goods, the medicine cost, for example, in medicines, the cost can increase because there are no rivals. there are no competitors. So this is called evergreening. All right, evergreening. Matlab they want their product to continue for all time without any substantial innovation. All right, with just with minor modification, and as such, developing countries have been provided with this protection that see if you are trying to evergreen a product, will not allow you. So important for the mains as well as preliminary examination. All right, then just look at Simlipar Tiger Reserve. Okay, it is located in Orissa. There was a small contention that the tribals have been forced to relocate elsewhere because they want to have certain industries there. All right, so it is a very repetitive theme. Just look at the issue. All right, then very importantly, under Representation of People Act, if I and you go and apply for we want to go for voting, then Aadhaar can be used as one of the documents of proof that please, along with your voter ID, please show me your Aadhaar as well. Okay, because Aadhaar has been used as a proof of identity, and it helps the election commission to check what are the duplications, all right, to detect to duplicate registrations. Okay, important. Then then comes the POSH Act, prevention of sexual harassment at workplace. All right, it had come in 1987 after the famous Vishaka judgment. It was actually judicial legislation we call. All right. So, gentlemen, just we'll pause here for this one. Okay, we shall be continuing with our session uh, as we go towards the next session. All right.